What's up, YouTube? I am back with Reviews for Success, aka Jonathan Panda. I'm going to try to be as frequent as possible with this market watch, options watch, stock market watch, however you want to call it. But yeah, I'm back today, and now I'm going to give you my analysis of how I feel the stock market will be doing in the future. But for the most part, remember, this is all educational and entertainment, so please do your research before you make an investment. And honestly, this video can be educational. So let's get into it. So for the most part, the SPY, the A list ETF, rose up $5 today, guys. Look at this. Look at this stock heat map, guys. Look at this. All you see everywhere green. It looks a little bit neutral right here on the health and consumer side, but on the tech side, you see all this green. On the finance side, you see green. You see a little bit of red, you know, but for the most part, we see a lot of green, a little bit of neutral action on the consumer and health side. Like I said, the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, they're also went up $5. They're trading around 575. If you look over here, I'm going to pull these over so that way you guys can look at my watch list. But look, like I said, SPY went up over $5 actually, and that's only 0.84%, which tells you how large this asset is. So that's a crazy amount. The VIX, on the other hand, is low. It's down 15, which is about 6%. That's about 6%, guys. So that's crazy. So that signals a calm market. And what's driving this? So the reason why the market is still going up, although around this time the market should fall, is because the Feds are potentially going to cut the interest rates. There's a 95% chance that they will cut rates. There's a 25 BP rate cut potential in the next 2 weeks. So the Feds will have a meeting on September 16th to 17th where Jerome Powell will let us know if they're cutting rates or not. And honestly, I feel like they will cut rates because last year they did it around this time. And it was the first rate cut since COVID started. And that shot the market up. That was the first time I ever saw the market move up like that. And that was my first year investing, guys. That was my first year learning about stocks. So I honestly saw the magic of what a rate cut could do and what Jerome Powell can do to the market. Because when that dude talks, the market, if you know, you know. That man, Jerome Powell, he's like a wizard for the market. When he talks, man, everything wants to move. You feel me? So definitely keep an eye out for that. And like I said, that's in about 2 weeks. Now, let's talk about what's going to potentially happen. What are my potential plays? So for the most part, if you don't already know, NVIDIA, this right here is the largest company in the world. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you all. So NVIDIA, this right here is NVIDIA. Let me show you guys what they look like right now. So this is how their chart looks right now. What do you guys see? Let me move this out the way. If you haven't done your education, you guys let me know. By the way, I'm the one that added this trend line. This isn't a candle, this is just a trend line. What do you guys see? This right here is a potential bear flag. NVIDIA looks like it's gonna drop. How did I predict this? So if you look, I'm gonna show you guys what a bear flag looks like. A bear flag looks like this. A flagpole pattern with a little bit of consolidation rising up and then another big drop. That signals a stock falling. On the opposite side, this right here is a bull flag where the flagpole starts from the bottom, rises up, slowly consolidates down, and then it rises back up again. But for NVIDIA, we see this. Y'all see that? That's why I predict a potential fall. Now, how did I predict that it's going to fall down to about 155? So the reason why I predicted it to fall that low is because all I did was measure the length of this flagpole. So this right here, this fall, and I literally placed it right here. That, oh no, I didn't want to move that. Let me place it back. Here we go. So yeah, that's all I did really. I measured that and then I placed it right here. And that gave me an idea of how low they could fall. They could potentially even fall lower to the 140s. We don't know. And if you don't believe that they could fall this low, check this out. Last year, around this time, Nvidia had earnings and they started rising. I thought that they weren't going to stop rising. Boy, was I wrong. Man, they fell down so low. Like 6 months later, it didn't even make sense. So, like I said, around this time, see, look at that. August, they rose up, they fell down. Look at that. Around September 9th, they started rising. We had that big Fed rate cut. They rose up on the 16th. Look at that. I think it was the 12th or 16th, one of those. They rose up. And then by the end of the year, look at where they were at. They were around 102. By the end of the year, they finished off near the 153s. Actually, yeah, and near the 150s area. And then they fell. Look at that. They fell again, like $20. Rose up again, fell. And this is all in the span of 3-4 months. So you better believe it when I say this stuff can happen. And I remember around this time, it was snowing. Donald Trump was about to he did get inaugurated. The inauguration happened and things started rising up. Then Donald Trump started talking about tariffs again and things just started falling. They were at 152, right? This is in January. And then look at this, all the way back down to 86 in April. That's only 4 months. But now look at this, 4 months later, about 2-3 weeks ago, they went up to 185. Guys, 185. Do you guys know that's like that's $100? So let's just say you bought 10 shares of Nvidia. That's $1,000 right there that you could have made in 4 months. So you better believe this move can happen. You just never know. And nobody can predict the future. We don't know. And we don't know 100% sure if they're going to cut rates or not. Remember, there's a 95% chance that 5% still factors in. We never know. Especially with the way things are unpredictable, we just never know. So keep an eye out for that. And remember, in about 2 weeks, it could potentially happen. So if it does happen, like the Fed rate, I don't know if Nvidia will fall low. And like I said, normally around this time, things start to fall. So we don't know. The fall could happen tomorrow, next week, before the Fed meeting. And then at the meeting, it rises back up. But just look out for this potential bear flag. Another stock that I see falling, guys, another stock, my favorite stock, matter of fact, I literally watched this stock grow from $30 to where it's at now. And right now, it's not even at the highest level that, it's not even at the highest level. This right here, Palantir. Palantir is a company that I watch grow, and they're not even at all-time highs. And if you can look right here, about 2 weeks ago, they were at 188. Now look, they're in at 155, and they could potentially fall down to 124. And there's actually a trend line that I already previously set. So this is how low I feel like they can fall. But for the most part, that's my sentiment overall for those two assets. And right now we're bullish, guys. We're bullish. The VIX is low. It's down 6%, 15 points. And just keep doing your research, guys. This is all about knowledge and staying up to date with what's going on. But remember, investing is one of the best ways to get ahead of the game plan when it comes down to finances. So this is something that I highly encourage people to do if they have the luxury to do so, and just be smart about it. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Leave your feedback in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the market. Will we have this rate cut? There's a 95% chance. So you guys let me know. How do you feel like the market will shape out? And how do you think Palantir and Nvidia will do? Anyways, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe. Get this video to 10 likes. Let's shoot for something low. And then once we get to 10 likes, let's get to 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 100, 1,000 plus. Let's shoot for 10 likes. That's all I need. Please follow, like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Be smart. Do your research before you invest. And I'll see you on the next video. Y'all take care. Peace. And be smart.